Welcome to the Inner Revival podcast, because revival starts with you. As we allow God to heal, restore, transform us, and renew us from the inside out. We say, Lord, have your way in us. Let your kingdom come. Let your will be done in us on earth as it is in heaven. Hi, friend. Welcome back to the Inner Revival podcast. My name is Monika Kirkland, and I am so glad that you are here today. Okay, so for today's episode, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I did this several months ago, and you guys actually loved it. I did a little life update, a little book update, and I wanted to share some exciting news with you guys today. So right now, we are in the month of June. We are just at home, 4 rowdy kiddos all day, every day, and all the chaos and hecticness that comes with that. I love my children so much, but there's just so many of them, and they are a lot sometimes. So summer is summering, life is lifing, but in the midst of all of that, I am so excited to share some big news with you guys, something that I have been waiting to share for so long, and that is that my debut nonfiction book, Ever With You, Becoming Fully Awake to the God Who Is Near, is officially here. It is releasing August 18th. I just got my author copies and it is so beautiful. I am so excited about this book, and it is officially available for pre-order. I will be sure to link that in the show notes. It's available on Amazon. You could also go directly to the publisher website and pre-order your copy, and it will be officially out August 18th. So this book has been years in the making. It was born out of a season of my life where I was exhausted. Had 4 kids, ages 6 and under. I was exhausted. I was distracted. We were working. We were renovating our house. We had, 3 young kids, and then we adopted our son. And life was just in this crazy, insane season, and I found myself just running on caffeine and cortisol, and if you know, you know. And I knew that something had to give, something had to change, or I was not going to survive the season. But what I found is that this rest that I had been so desperate for was right there all along. And it wasn't found in doing more. It wasn't found in trying harder or just finding some inner willpower or strength to carry me through. It wasn't found in a place or a vacation or in a pill. It wasn't found in a Netflix binge or a bowl of ice cream or a glass of wine or a late night Amazon shopping spree. No, it was found in intimacy with the God who was always near. And this book is everything that I learned along the way. Many lessons I learned the hard way. And it is an invitation to awaken to God's presence in the miraculous, in the mundane, and every moment in between. Something that I needed to understand, that it wasn't just like time with the Lord, a compartmentalized faith where you encounter God maybe on Sunday mornings or during your quiet time, and then you're just on your own the rest of the day, grinning and bearing it and trying to make it through. No, I found that God, He was with me always, and He was just as present with me throughout every moment of my day, folding laundry or doing dishes or picking up the kids or running errands or sending an email. He was just as with me in those moments as He was in the morning quiet time moments. And so I didn't need to live a compartmentalized faith. I needed to live with an awareness that God was with me in all of it. And so this book, it is filled with honest and vulnerable stories, some of which I'm like, oh gosh, I'm a little nervous. People are going to read it. So it's very revealing. It's a lot of honesty and authenticity that I know you guys have come to appreciate on the podcast. And it is full of just biblical wisdom and the practical, actual tips and the things that I learned on my own journey of burnout and anxiety and spiritual emptiness, and all just the things that help bring me back to an awareness of God's presence, to intimacy with Him, and to cultivating and growing the peace and the contentment and the satisfaction that is found with Him. And I found that it was never about doing more. It was about encountering God, encountering Him right there, right where I was. Because the truth is that God is always near, even when we are a million miles away, even when we are exhausted, even when we are distracted. God is always near, and He is always waiting and patiently waiting to invite us back. And so this book, it's divided into 2 parts. It's designed to help you trade exhaustion for intimacy. And it does that through just learning more about the transformative practice of prayer. I know of no more accessible or transformative practice in the life of a Christ follower than prayer. And so it's going to help you learn to hear His voice, to intercede for others, encounter Him through fasting, and experience inner healing, just that transformation from the inside out that we talk about so much on this podcast. And then it also, the second half of the book is going to help you trade distraction for connection. And it does this by helping you reorient your life around Christ and cultivating those simple, sustainable spiritual rhythms that will actually fit into your real life. And so this isn't about being a good Christian or checking like the good Christian box. It's not another thing to add to your already full plate to overwhelm you. But it is an open hand, is an invitation to slow down, to take a breath, and to discover that the God that you have been straining to reach and trying so hard to reach, that he's actually been right there with you all along. He never left. Ever with you. It's for the person who loves God, but maybe feels like they've just drifted far from him. Maybe not intentionally, just that subtle drifting that happens through years of busyness and through life and motherhood and parenting and ministry and work and all the things all the time that just make it so hard to stay intentionally connected to him. So it's for the person who is hungry, but who just hasn't known where to turn or hasn't been able to find their way back into intimacy with God. It's for anyone who, like me, stood in front of a mirror, barely recognizing the person looking back at them and just whispered, something has to change. And it can, and it starts here. Because God is near. He is with you and within you. And this book is going to help you find your way back into intimacy with him. And that is like my greatest calling, my greatest hope for people is, a book cannot change your life. A podcast can't change your life. A sermon can't change your life, but God can. And so it is my sincerest hope that he would meet you in the pages of these books, that you would have a real encounter with his presence, because that's where true transformation and inner revival starts, is right there with him. And this book has been, it's been such a long time in the making. It took me decades to live it out and to learn the message of this book over so many years of my life, through many failures and many tears of learning the messages in this book. It took me years to fine-tune that message and figure out how to communicate it. It took me another year to find an agent and to find a publisher, and then another year to finish writing it and editing it. And so now finally, this August, it will find its way into your hands. And I am so humbled and so, so grateful that this dream is becoming a reality. And so you can pre-order now on Amazon. Again, I will link that in the show notes, or you can just search Ever With You by Monika Kirkland on Amazon. And I know a pre-order may not seem like a big deal. It may seem like a small thing, but it's actually one of the most meaningful ways that you could support an author, because it helps increase the impact and the visibility of the book so that distributors and stores and Amazon, it'll just help it be discovered by new readers. And so pre-ordering and then leaving a review are just some of the biggest ways that you can support me and my podcast and my book to help it find its way into more people's hands. And so I just want to thank you guys. I've had this podcast now for a few years, and some of you have been with me from the very beginning. Some of you have known me since 10 years ago when I first started writing and blogging. And so I'm just so grateful for the support, the encouragement of all of you all, as well as my friends and my family, my online community, just throughout this entire journey, for your prayer and for your support and encouragement. I truly do not take it lightly, and I'm so humbled and so, so grateful. And so I just want to thank you guys for being a part of this with me, and I just cannot wait for you guys to have a copy of this book. And I just really pray that it encourages you, that it blesses you, and that it helps you to encounter God and his nearness. And so thank you guys so much. That's my life update. That's my book update. And I'm so, so excited to get this book baby birthed and into the world. We are so close to the finish line. So thank you guys again. I hope you guys are having a good summer and finding just moments to continue to connect with the Lord throughout your summer break. So God bless you guys. I will see you back next week.